How to be an effective magician number 4. Have you done it every single day, even when you're bored? And again, this is about integrity. It's like, are you willing to just do a practice or do a spell or do a ritual every single day, even if it's, again, this is bringing that discomfort again, even if it's uncomfortable, or even if it makes you feel vulnerable, or even if you're bored, it doesn't matter. Are you willing to, this I guess is keeping your word to yourself. Are you willing to just do it every single day and to really, really face and be with your inner self? Because I feel like that's what happens when we do a practice every day or we do a ritual every day. We really come into contact with our deepest inner selves. And, I feel like there's nothing wrong and nothing bad in the deepest inner self, except for when we're unwilling to face it and be with it. And doing a practice every single day and doing that work really, really consistently, that's what creates success. I mean, these practices that I teach, like everyone has that availability to them. I mean, what I offer as a coach and a magician is, my power and the power that I've built up, and also my hundreds of hours of experience that allows me to pinpoint people's issues and to really see where they can, make that quantum leap and make that big up level. And the thing is that you can gain access to this power if you do the same exercises every single day for a really unreasonably long period of time. Because so often what happens is people start to do one of these exercises, but they do them only for a few days, or they start to change the exercise, or they get bored of the exercise and they do a different exercise. And it's like this hopscotching doesn't really work. It's really like doing the same exercises every single day for, at least 2 weeks. But if it's an exercise that seems to really be continually pulling up information from within, even longer, 3 weeks, a month, months, even a year, or even years. And, I did partnered deepest fear inventory for a full year. And I mean, almost every single day for a full year, I literally got on the phone with someone and read out a deepest fear inventory. Actually, I like to make mine up as I go along. That's the way I tweak that. And, every day for almost a year, I took an alchemy bath, and that's a specific kind of bath with bath salts and apple cider vinegar and coconut oil. And actually, I've been doing a bath practice with somatic practice and deity mantras almost every single day for 3 years. Yes, I've had the same practice almost every single day. It's actually been over 3 years. It's actually nearing 4 years because I started in January of 2020 and I'm recording this in September of 2023. So almost every single day for 3 years, almost 4 years, I have done the same exact bath, somatic, and mantra practice, because that is how much this practice supports me in continually growing and in supporting my growth. And so it's like, when I did my coaching training, that was a lot of intensive existential kink meditation. So are you willing to really do it every day, to really devote yourself and commit yourself to your own growth, no matter what? And I'm not saying I didn't take breaks. Of course, I've taken breaks. I was just on vacation for 2 weeks and we didn't have a bathtub. So I only took a bath like maybe once there, and I didn't do my practices. That's fine. I've also been back for multiple days and I've done the practice almost every day since I've been back. So there's nothing wrong with taking breaks, of course. But at the same time, there's a devotion and a commitment and a deeper level of excavation that happens where you get to deeper levels of your inner self and get to deeper levels of integrity when you're really willing to do the same practice every single day, and you're really willing to know yourself and to identify as someone who does the same practice every single day. And it's also about being willing to see into these deeper and deeper layers of self. And again, I truly believe that there's nothing authentically bad or wrong underneath these layers. But that can be hard sometimes to believe, I know, because they're so connected to different forms of trauma. And that's why, I mean, we'll talk about this in the next video, but that's why somatic practice is so useful for moving through this energy. But really, again, it's about, are you willing to do the same practice every single day? And just be honest with yourself. Like, have you actually done the same practice every single day, or practice that someone like me assigned to you, or practice in a course? Have you done it every single day over and over again? Maybe even twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, every single day for weeks or months or even years. This kind of willingness to be consistent, to do the work every single day, to really show up for yourself is what creates big results. And by the way, it is important, obviously, to choose the practices that you do every single day. You want them to be practices. The thing is, like, it doesn't have to be a practice, again, that like someone assigns to you, because it does have to be a practice that actually does feel good to you, that actually does feel like it's getting to those vulnerable and uncomfortable parts. A practice that also makes you feel good, makes you feel like there's relief, makes you feel like there's growth happening. I mean, again, sometimes there are like flat lines in practices where it's like, okay, it feels like it isn't working, feels like it isn't working, feels like it isn't working. Oh my God, it just feels like it went so deep. I mean, that happens. But at the same time, you definitely want to practice that's compelling and interesting to you and feels good to you, because there's so many different forms of personal development and magic under the sun. So you don't have to do something that you really feel like doesn't bring you results, or that you really don't like. There's so many options out there available to you. Keep going until you find something that actually works for you. But again, when you find something that feels like it works for you, or feels like it gets results, don't just be like, oh, I did that once, it got results, great, I'm done now. No, keep doing it over and over and over again until it gets you even better results. Just over and over and over again, and get more and more and more results, and then only stop doing it when the results stop coming. And even then, wait a little while, because the results might start back up again, because sometimes, again, there can be plateaus in our practice, and then it all of a sudden goes deeper. So be really honest with yourself about whether you've done something over and over and over and over and over again in a way that will really create results and help you to be in integrity as an effective magician.